Hello, my name is Justin Johnston. I'm here today to request funding for Neon. Neon is a PHP open source based control panel for webmasters and web hosts based on Nginx. Before I get into what Neon does and why you should fund it, I'll talk a bit about my team and give you some background as to why Neon needs to be developed. My team consists of myself, Sven Swootleg, and Andrew Patella. We all in some way are part of a company called BlueVM Communications. BlueVM sells virtualized servers. We're also part of a team of PHP and Perl programmers who have an eye for detail and love to develop projects on Linux. We often find ourselves putting together LNMP stacks for our websites and projects. LNMP, for those of you who don't know, stands for Linux, Nginx, MySQL, and PHP. We've realized over time that setting up and maintaining LNMP stacks isn't exactly easy or fun. To add to that, there are no control panels on the market that actively support Nginx, and unfortunately none of the current control panels on the market are open source. If they are, they typically end up being outdated or they have major security vulnerabilities, which remain unpatched for months at end because the teams responsible for them either lack interest in fixing the issues or lack funding to develop them full time. That's where Neon comes in. We started developing the control panel based on Nginx that's both open source and intentionally secure from the ground up. We're requesting funding to speed up the pace of our development by allowing us to spend more of our personal time in developing Neon. I'm now going to show you just some of what we've developed and show you how you can view our progress. Neon allows username or email based authentication. Neon supports multiple clients, so each client can view, edit, and maintain all the aspects of their site from one easy-to-use panel. Neon allows users to register or to be created by an administrator manually. Neon uses SSH to communicate with the servers it's maintaining, so Neon can be installed on one server and help maintain a whole network of servers. Currently, we've finished the initial design phase of Neon and have completed the file manager, as well as have created an installer for Neon and a development edition of the user base and administrative backends. So here's an example of the file manager. It includes basic functionality such as creating files, uploading, downloading, permissions, editing, etc. Now, you may think that's not a whole lot, but in the grand scheme of things, Neon is a very large project. This has already taken us roughly a month to come up with, and the file manager is the largest portion of the system because we had to be able to create the users, had to be able to make sure that they weren't going to be able to access another user's files, and we had to make sure that Nginx would play well with each individual user and set up DNS so that each user could have their own websites, their own email, and everything else. So that's a lot of what we've developed at the moment. You can go ahead and view all of the code that we have on our GitHub. So you can go ahead and keep track of what we're working on as we're working on it. And that way there's no confusion as to, oh, well, I didn't receive it on time, or what's the current status of it. This also means that while we're developing it, you'll be able to go ahead and view and set up your own Neon and test it on your servers or on a virtual machine and be able to give feedback to us and tell us what you think is right with it, what we need to fix, bugs, security issues if there are any, and we want to provide the best control panel possible for everyone, and we want it to be open source and easy to use. Now, Neon is going to come in two flavors: the Community Support Edition and the Professional Edition. The Community Support Edition will come with all of the standard features that one would expect with a control panel, including MySQL, file management, FTP, email, domain and DNS management, administrative sections for users, full server administration, creating accounts, deleting accounts, modifying users, being able to change the settings on every aspect of the server, all from the click of a button. However, the Professional Edition will come with a couple of extra features. The Professional Edition is intended for those of you who want to run web hosts and are trying to sell Neon to customers to manage their websites. It will come with extras such as a script installer, master reseller support, and master slave capability. This in no way means that the Community Support Edition is worthless. It is perfectly acceptable for anyone to use, and it will be as easy to use and as feature-filled as the Pro Edition, with the exception of minor features which won't impact its usability. Based on what level you back this Kickstarter at, you can receive a professional license of the software for life, or just help us with developing Neon. We'll be releasing our code as we rebuild Neon, so you'll know exactly as things happen and how things are going. If Neon exceeds $15,000 worth of backing, we'll add on support for Apache and Light HTTPD, so you can choose your favorite HTTP daemon for managing your sites. If Neon exceeds $20,000 worth of backing, we will add on the ability for users to be able to set up their own remote automatic backups, which no control panel on the market currently supports. If Neon exceeds $30,000 worth of backing, we will add support for users to be able to pull and push files to Git via control panel. So users will be able to set up their own development spaces on Neon, add code to it, change code, edit files, such as we have our editor here, and then push all of that right back to their GitHub, or be able to pull files directly from a GitHub and set up their sites that way. If Neon exceeds $30,000 worth of backing, we will add support for it in the control panel. If Neon exceeds $40,000 worth of backing, we will add support for CentOS, Ubuntu, and Fedora instead of just Debian. Thank you for considering Neon, and have a great day.